Hello and welcome to another video. If you watched the last episode, you saw that my kayak, after 7 years of use and tons of hours, it finally had some issues, took on some water, so I had some upgrades. I needed to repair it and get it fixed up. I'll explain it all as we go along. And as always, be very careful when you're screwing into the kayak, but I've had no issues. Just good placement. Make sure you have silicone ready to put around the screws and other attachments that you add to the kayak. All right, we've made some much needed improvements to the kayak. Most importantly, a new nose. That is a front keel guard. I got it all sealed in. There's some epoxy on the inside of it. It molds perfectly to the nose. And then some epoxy on the outside just to make sure no water comes in. I also have Eterna tape on the inside of the hull. I keep a life jacket in there and some extra storage. Comes in real handy, all dry. That's the attachment for the battery, Noquia battery, which powers the fish finder. This product is incredible. Goop, that's the epoxy that bonds to the kayak. It's going to keep everything waterproof. Fish finder, it's all wired up through here. Navarre Kayak Fishing out of Florida. Nick and crew, they do a great job. Added a couple of spacers here on the pedal drive. You can see right there. Keep it more stable, no rocking and wobbling. Upgraded the pedals. Got some good bike pedals with some soft cushions, and I put a little felt on there, cushion it up. In the middle I have a little attachment here with felt for rod holder. I can keep it right between the center of the kayak and between my legs, out of the way. There's the fish finder, Helix 5 from Humminbird. And then one of the big adjustments, put some seat raisers 1 inch higher on the front of the kayak now. And so that's going to allow me to sit up a little higher, give you a little more space underneath the seat for storage. That's where I keep my Plano boxes. And I had already built a cedar board. I did this about 7 years ago, right when I got the kayak. Raised up the back of it about 2 inches. So that's perfect. It's worked out great. This Old Town Topwater Kayak, which is now called the Sportsman line, came with 2 rear-facing rod holders, the ones that face out to the sides. I added 2 more, the ones that are straight to the back. And then I also added this forward-facing rod holder right by my seat. That helps me with landing fish and keeping the rod out of the way. Very good upgrades. There's a little paddle holder. Those come and go. I use some rope to make that more secure. But you can see the 4 rods, 2 that are facing straight back, 2 off to the side. Those additional rod holders help me keep 4 rods ready with different lures, and they all remain out of the way of each other. Finally attached a little tether, a little carabiner, so I can keep my cell phone connected to a cord in case I ever drop it. Here's one of the many iPhone tabs that you can use to connect your cell phone. A little upgrade here in the back is I put a new bolt coming through the rudder. And you can tighten that screw down, and that allows that rudder to stay more stable and tightened up. That's just a little adjustment that's worked out real well. I've had to run new tubing through the kayak for all of the rudder controls, and that's worked out. Got my camera mount post. Very simple. Got some storage under the kayak there. You can put a dry bag in there and have storage. Here's a good look again at the seat risers in front of the kayak. And that seat is up much higher now. Give me some good space underneath. Perfect. Got my anchor, trolley cord, which runs along the side of the kayak. And we are all set. I think we're going to be as good as new. Fired up to get out there. Here's a closer look at the anchor trolley system. It comes with 2 little pulleys, one you put in the rear of the kayak, the other in the front. And you can run that cord that's provided right through some I-rings. There's a clamp there that you can attach on the side to keep it stable and permanently set in place. And then you tie the anchor on to a little triangle ring, and that's what slides up and back, allowing you to keep your kayak positioned straight with tides and current and wind, always on target. Another simple but great addition has been this kayak seat cushion, Extreme Comforts. Very durable. It actually unzips and you can wash it if need be. And then a lumbar support. That thing is taking all the pressure off the back. It just upgrades this seat to a whole different level. I have it strapped onto the back. It also has a little storage device for my sunscreen and reel spray and bug spray. Simple system. Keeps everything within reaching distance back there. And again, the seat cushion and back support just couldn't be better. Can stay in that kayak all day. Another very simple but cool upgrade. You can see the system here where the seat post sticks into the sliding rail, and you slide right in there, and then you adjust that knob and you can move the seat forward and back. Instead of having it set up like that on both sides, I clipped this side and created just a snap-in system so that now I can get that seat out of there real quick and easy. Perfect for when I'm traveling. I can take the seat off. It's stable, stays solid. May not seem like much of an upgrade, but that little snap-in system keeps me from ever having to remove the sliding knobs, so I can just pull the seat on and off. And last but not least, a little storage compartment for the kayak when I keep it under the carport. Those PVC pipes allow the kayak to run right off the truck and smoothly slide onto there. Keeps it very safe and secure. Otherwise, I have it in the back of the truck and we're ready to go fishing most days. There it is. No fishing on this trip, but I hope the video gave you some ideas for your kayak. And I'm anxious to see how mine works on the water soon. We'll see you on the next one.